everyone, Lori here from the Real Life Answers. How are we all doing this evening? I hope you're all doing well on this Thursday, April 24th, 2025. For those who do not know me, my name is Lori, and I'm an Awakened Starseed light worker, transmutational healer, psychic life coach, and I work for Prime Creator. Tonight we're going to do a little bit of business here first. I'd like to talk about, again, the disclosure situation. There is so much disclosure coming down the pipeline. You might not be seeing it on mainstream media yet, but it's there for everybody to know. I'm not going into a lot of that disclosure. Yes, I do know it, and I can answer any questions you would like answered for it. But the person to see for this would be Ishmael Perez. He is an absolutely wonderful person, and he can describe it to you in ways that I cannot possibly do. It's just his thing, and he does it well. So I would invite you to go see him or David Wilcock. I've watched David Wilcock for many, many, many years, and he's written a lot of books too, many, and he's a fabulous man, and he's a Pisces. And I'm a Pisces. Us Pisces are a little bit crazy, but Ishmael is a Scorpio, so we're all water signs here. Water people tend to dive deep. They dive deep down into the bottom of the ocean to get the truth, and they're both very, very good at it. And so am I, but I just need to be here for people who are waking up that need my assistance on doing this. So please go and visit these two channels. If you're not already, please do. They're fascinating people. Okay? So tonight we're going to talk about 6 effective ways that knowing that your third eye is opening. Okay? Because we are coming on board, like I said, with our psychic abilities. And it's much easier if we come upon it naturally rather than spontaneously, okay? So despite what you've been told, that it can open spontaneously, it is incorrect, okay? It can. There are a few exceptions. As when the solar flash comes, you're going to have all your abilities if you're in the positive timeline and going to fourth some abilities, but fifth you're looking at superhuman, and sixth, seventh, where a lot of us are going to be going, right? But we can go back and forth. We can travel back and forth on the timeline, right? And go into the fourth and see all our friends and family, just as well as you're going to see family that has passed over in the 6th and 7th dimension. There's lots of us that will be seeing. I'll be able to communicate with my daughter. I communicate with her now as she's my very special guide, but it's going to be even more exciting. So anyway, so this breakdown, we talk about, so people have been asking me, my private clients, how do I open my third eye? Okay. Well, how do I know it's opening? Okay. So there is a few exceptions that it will spontaneously be there, and that's with the solar flash. Okay. But there's one more, and that is a twin flame connection. It can be activated by spirit by going through your twin flame gateway. Okay. And those are the only 2 ways that I know to spontaneously open it, okay? Immediately, because I cannot say how it is. It's a natural process if you do it right? The 2 things that occur, again, is the solar flash. It will be immediately, You're going to have your psychic senses. You're not going to, if you're only going to the 4th dimension, you're not going to be superhuman, no. But you're going to have all your chakras blasted open, and you're going to have your third eye open, and your crown, and your solar plexus, and all of it, right? And you'll be able to use your psychic senses instead of just your physical senses, okay? Because you're going to be part crystalline. You have to be part your light body before you can go up into the higher realms. In the fifth dimension, you know, you're pretty light. You're still individuals, but connected, right? But you're still in the individual body, but it's a lighter body, okay? And that's not, I'm going off topic. That's another topic. Anyway, and many of you will meet your twin flame or have already, okay? I have met mine, although it is not a romantic relationship. I've talked about this before. There's lots of people that do this chasing and whatnot at your twin flame, because it's hard not to, because it's something that you truly love, because it's a love beyond measure. You can't define it because it's not really the body. It is the frequency. It is the frequency of home that you fall in love with, right? And so not every twin flame relationship is romantic. Mine was not, okay? Mine, it was purely activation to deepen my abilities. I already was psychic, but it deepened the process, and I'm now full-blown abilities, which I use on a daily basis to with assisting others in my private practice. And now here, I will help you, no problem. So please don't think a twin flame relationship has to be romantic, because sometimes it's not. You know, it's really nice if it is, and because it is the other part of you, but you both have to be whole in order to, and that you have to want to. If somebody is more ego-driven than the other and is not ready, you can't force them, okay? And I love mine anyway, no matter what, because it's unconditional. It's not romantic, but it's unconditional. And when I met him, the whole roof shook. It was just amazing. And I was in a whole different frequency. And it was so amazing. I can't explain it. It's just magical, okay? So remember, it's not truly just the body. It is the frequency of home, because we come from higher realms, right? So let's get on with this. I'll do a twin flame thing another time, because it's pretty fascinating, you know. So let's move on to the 6 ways of stimulating and knowing that your third eye is opening, meaning clairvoyance, seeing into other realms of existence. You'll become and do things like you never did before. When this third eye is activated, you'll have pressure. You'll feel pressure in between the eyebrows, right? And also tingling. And it does not stay there in that spot for long, okay? It goes back into the skull, because then as it extends back into the skull, focusing your awareness in the center of the sensation is what you want to do, okay? So if you close your eyes, and I know people don't want to meditate, but in order to do this naturally and quicker, then if you just close your eyes and focus on in between your eyebrows, put your focus there, and you can feel it start to stimulate. Right away, you'll start to stimulate it, okay? And if you did 5 minutes of that every day, it will really start to open, I promise you. And what will happen from there, you don't need to force it. You just need to focus on that area. And it will feel weird, and then it goes back into the head, because it'll start to hit the pineal gland, okay? And if your pineal gland is fairly clean and not real calcified, that's another thing. It will also stimulate it, right? Because that pineal gland is your spiritual center with all your spiritual gifts in there, okay? So closing your eyes, perceiving the light, your third eye begins to open. You will see lights, colors, movements of shapes. That's what I saw in the beginning of mine. This was, I don't know, 30 years ago. And I didn't know how, I didn't have anybody to teach me. I had to do it all by myself. So anyway, You'll start to see shapes appear, colors, and sometimes in a meditation session, the focus on the third eye, savor the moment, because it'll pop, and all of a sudden you'll start seeing people, different people coming out of doors, doing this, doing that. You're looking at a door as a door, but it's actually a gateway. But your mind is showing you a door, okay? And you'll just see amazing things. I can't explain it to you because you have to go through it yourself. It's amazing. You'll see things in ways you never deemed possible, okay? You'll have light invade both you and your physical body and your spiritual bodies, okay? Number 3, I'm forgetting the numbers again here. Sorry. Number 3, you'll think more deeply on what might be to come, okay? Yourself and as your life, there is much more to just the living on earth and watching the daily news. Anyway, you'll feel energy start to protect you. Your consciousness begins to expand and rise, okay? Number 4, you'll start to see things differently, more colorful, more alive. The third eye changes your senses. Your emotions come more alive. Your sense of smell even, okay? I smell psychically. And when you smell somebody that's been doing rotten things, it's not a pretty smell because you're smelling their aura, right? It's a different kind of smell than your physical senses. These are psychic senses. And I can smell a rat a mile away. Let's just call them a reptilian rat. I can smell those really bad. They're terrible, right? Okay. Anyway, that can start to happen as well. Opening the third eye is the door to your soul, okay? And you may feel this in the temple region. This is positive. Your pineal gland will also try to activate. Like I said, it will. Hopefully it's not too calcified. If it's calcified, you need to decalcify it. And that's another show. But it's not hard to do. You just have to eat clean and get your body back healthy where it was, drinking pure water, right? No alcohol, no caffeine. Just fruits, vegetables, clean food, organic if possible. I know it's expensive, but soon it isn't going to be because we're going to have everything, okay? And your pineal gland will try to activate and recharge itself energetically. The Kundalini energy flows in the body. Yes, it flows from the base of the spine, right? And that's, again, another show, moving your Kundalini. But opening the third eye, you will still get primal energy, right? And you can channel it in any part of the body, right? To break up blockages. I do this all the time for my clients. I do use Kundalini energy, and I use the violet flame. I use the green ray of Archangel Raphael. I work with all the archangels in healing sessions. So again, you need to find me if you want to do these things and you need assistance with them. One of these days shortly, I'm going to have one or two of my clients on that I have helped heal in these ways. They're a little scared right now, but to come on. But I think I'm going to have 2 on and talk to them about what has happened to them when I've activated them. Okay, that's just going to be great because I've activated and assisted a lot of people. It's just that I haven't done it in front of anyone. It was 34 years of privacy, but Spirit said no more. You can still do the private, but I need you to make the videos. And then when they said, oh, I gotta go live, I said, what? You want me to do what? Anyway, so everything is new to me doing it on social media, okay? So you have to be patient. Thank you very much. And so you'll be able to channel this even more. and the energy to just in any location of the body. Anybody can do it. I do it all the time for people, but I'm doing my best to help people do it for themselves, because this is what's necessary, right? We can all do it. And you can break up blockages, bring money to you. You can do all kinds of things if you learn to do this, okay? 4 or 5 years ago, you wouldn't have got me on here. There's no way. So every year of my life will get better and better, okay? Number 6, you'll experience dreams and meditation becomes more vivid, okay? So when you go into meditation, you're going to get answers. They're going to show you faces. They're going to show you names. Sometimes they give it to me in sentences. It all depends. And they will show you all kinds of signs and symbols. I get symbols all the time. So when I'm doing a reading, I am reading their energetic field, yes, because I'm an energy healer, but I'm also using my clairvoyance, which shows me pictures, shapes, symbols, and I'm hearing with my clairaudience, right? And I'm sensing with my clairsentient, which is feeling how that person is, and I'm an empath. So, wow, it's a lot. So I'm using all of those and placing them all together to piece the puzzle for the person that needs to know what's going on, and reading their blueprint and helping them to understand who and what they are and where they need to go. And it's fascinating. It's really fascinating. So come on board. All right. So you'll start to identify more closely. You'll get less tied up with your ego. The ego will start to pull away, right? And you'll be more in the divine intelligence, and you'll begin to boost your state of consciousness, okay? Your intuition becomes much sharper, and you'll find a way to have the ability to anticipate future events, okay? Yourself with divine intervention. It comes naturally. You shed lower influences with ease and grace, becoming lighter, having more patience with yourself, as well as more able to cope with your life obstacles. Much better, okay? Because I'm telling you, I've had obstacles thrown at me this past few months that's been unreal. And if I'd had to do this 5 years ago, it wouldn't have been easier for me. But it's not easy now, but it's a lot easier to not get panicked and go into fear, because I listen to more of my ego and more of my spirit, right? And spirit is kind, loving, unconditionally, and loving. And the dark still will try to throw those big obstacles in front of you, but the dark is going to be completely gone. Not far from now, okay? So let's just appreciate that we can reach the cosmos now. And we know we can reach it without a rabbi, a pope, and we won't talk about that. All I'll say about that is the pope is just another marker toward our independence of religious figures, okay? Anyway, thank you for listening to my message, and I appreciate each and every one of you, and I cannot say how much I really, really require that like, share, and subscribe. I still need 40 subscribers to make 1,000, and doing it organically and not using any other method, it's not easy, right? People just forget to push the buttons. So please like, share, and subscribe. It will help me immensely, and I will bring you more fascinating content. And anything you want me to talk about, please put it in the description. And I hope to see you all on my Saturday Night Live this Saturday, April 26th, at 7:30 p.m. And we're going to do, this is all going to be about messages from your star family. So I will do a reading, a card reading and everything on that, because again, I have my star family all around me, and I communicate with them all the time. It's fascinating. And you have yours too. And there are galactic brothers and sisters that are just waiting for you to acknowledge so they can help you. And we're going to talk about passed over loved ones, and anybody that wants to have a message to their passed over loved ones or a message back, I'm going to do a Q&A afterward. We'll do it this way this time, that the Q&A will be after the reading. Otherwise, I get too confused. It's not you, it's me. I have to do it in sequence. And we'll do, if I have to stay on late, I don't mind. It's going to be really fun. And my daughter will be here to guide me through there, to bring your loved ones through. It's going to be fascinating and fun. And it might be a little bit emotional, but it's going to be a good emotional. You'll feel your heart expand. I'm here to service you. I'm here because I love my Prime Creator and I love you. Never dim your light for anyone. In the name of Christ consciousness, I love you all. Namaste.